and live on the web at WYLDFM.com.
Voice. This is the very first day of class, and so if rap is something that you're interested in pursuing, let's begin. This can be a very tricky industry.
She's a recording artist. She's the daughter of, once again, a Sunday Journal favorite, Lance Nichols, and also she's going to be touring the East Coast and Canada this summer to promote her second LP, which is N.O.L.A Darling, from her record label, Featherperm Records, and also she's going to be playing the Montreal Jazz Fest, and that's going to be on July 1st, with Wax Taylor, who's a French producer, a French hip-hop producer. And, of course, her release, N.O.L.A Darling, is going to be coming along in September 2010. But then, probably most importantly, and something that I can hear you speak affectionately about, is being an artist in residence with Kid Smart, working with the students at McDonough City Park Academy. Yeah. And so, for you, music education is obviously a big deal. How do they respond to the other parts of music, especially the business side, when you talk to them?
The older kids really seem to take to it. I think that we, as Americans, can't help but have capitalism ingrained in the fabric of who we are. And I realize this more whenever I go abroad, that we constantly are thinking about how to turn a buck, whether we understand that or not. So kids here definitely have that mentality. And for them to have an outlet that is legal, that is productive, they really move towards that. Not everybody is a performer, but some people have the vision for the person who's the performer. So my older kids, they really enjoy breaking off into groups and people having defined roles of who's going to do what. There's some people who write. We do a ghostwriting workshop. So some people really are excellent writers, but they know that they will never be that person on stage to perform it. So they give it to the person who's the ham in the class, and that person performs it. I've had many marketing lessons, which have come out better than I would have even anticipated from, 7th, 8th graders. But they understand it because they're constantly being sold something and in media. So they don't, they get it without even being taught how to get it.
You do a lot of your touring, and you do a lot of your music in Europe. You've had an impact in Europe, and so that being said, I'm going to ask you this point blank: are European music listeners simply more open-minded than American music listeners?
Without getting too specific, I would say that there's less of a system of bureaucracy in music.
I understand.
Europe.
Okay.
And there's much more appreciation for musicality. I think it's why they snatched up our jazz musicians. They snatched up, blues musicians. People of yesterday can easily go to Europe and sell out shows. It's just a different thing. There is an ageism that exists here in the States. They really look for quality and artistic excellence, and that doesn't matter if you are 19 years old or 90 years old. It doesn't matter if you're 120 pounds or 300 pounds. If they like your voice, they like your voice. And it's just, it's a different take on it.
Of the musical styles that you fuse, which ones are your favorite to work with?
I definitely love jazz. I came from a very rich jazz background. As I get older, I'm developing a really true appreciation for soul music, Gamble and Huff, all the Philly soul
sound. Isn't that interesting? Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like just the stuff that I grew up listening to, I realized its influence in how I write, just creating music with a message, creating music that heals. A lot of that existed in who we are as a people in our music. It was very much there. That struggle was there. And so soul music, blues, or R&B, pretty much everything up to... I still love stuff now, but my deepest appreciation is for soul and jazz.
What other musical styles have you experimented with in your music?
I've experimented with pretty much everything. I'm a big classical fan, so I have...
favorite composer? Who's your favorite composer?
Oh, I love Mahler.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of intense, so...
I'm a big Debussy fan.
I love Debussy.
It's my softer side.
Yeah, Debussy is my romantic, whimsical side.
Sure.
Mahler is my intense side, and I think that intensity is one of the reasons why I'm an MC, you know. But yeah, there's I like John Adams too. I love quite a few composers, but I've experimented with everything. It's interesting because when producers send me stuff, originally they would send me these like tracks with birds on them and just really girly things, and I was just it's like, I'm aware that I'm a female. I've kind of been one all my life. Why don't we try something else? And so they would start to send me different stuff and be surprised at which ones I would choose. But I'm open. You know, if the music speaks to me, I will put words to it.
So there's a question I like to ask everyone on the Success Series, and that is, let's say you're on your deathbed right now, and I give you a small sheet of paper, and I tell you that I would like for you to write one thought for the good of humanity. What would that thought be?
Ooh, that's deep. I wish I had known about that one beforehand, but that's cool.
That's why I didn't tell you about it beforehand.
I like the freestyle. If I had to write one thought, I would say, make sure you free yourself in life, so you can be free once you're out of here.
Her name is Voice Monet, recording artist and music educator, and you can find out more about her on the Sunday Journal page at WYLDFM.com.
But still can tell the difference from voice and the beat.
Wait, Miss Bahana, dear? No, it's Miss Voice.
It's
cool. I forgot.
Yeah, so does everybody. It's all right.
You mean I gotta sound like myself when I rap?
Yeah, it's best. Always set yourself apart so people know who you are.
Wait, Miss Voice, have you ever got